George W. Bush was born on July 6, 1946 in New Haven, Connecticut. His parents are Barbara and George Herbert Walker Bush. George W. Bush was the oldest child out of 6, and his parents had high expectations from him. When he was 2, his family moved to Texas, where his father became rich from an oil business. He then moved to Massachusetts and attended a private school called Phillips Academy and played various sports. He then attended Yale University in Connecticut. After he graduated from Yale in 1968, he moved back to Texas and worked for an agribusiness company and for a mentoring program. He was also a member of a Texas Air National Guard unit at Ellington Air Force Base. Then, on November 5, 1977, George Bush married Laura Welch. George Bush served as the 46th governor of Texas from 1995 until 2000. And then he ran against Al Gore, who was representing the Democratic Party, for president, but George Bush won and was president from 2001 until 2004. He then ran again in 2004, winning against Democratic nominee John Kerry. He was president until 2009, and he chose Dick Cheney as his running mate. Some things that George W. Bush accomplished was that he implemented the $1.3 trillion Bush tax cuts of 2001 and 2003, significantly lowering the marginal tax rate for nearly all U.S. taxpayers. And then he signed the No Child Left Behind Act, reauthorizing the Elementary and Secondary Education Act, and supporting standard-based education reform. Some of his domestic policy highlights was that he enacted Medicare Part D into law and vetoed state children's health insurance program legislation expanding federally funded health care benefits. Some of his foreign policy issues was that he ordered an invasion of Afghanistan in 2001 to overthrow the Taliban and to capture Osama bin Laden following the September 11th terrorist attacks. He led an invasion of Iraq in 2003 under the pretext of Iraqi refusal to relinquish its WMD. In his spare time, he reads the Bible regularly and he exercises. Bush demands punctuality and won't tolerate inefficiency. A famous quote by Bush is, "I can hear you, the rest of the world can hear you, and the people who knock these buildings down will hear all of us soon," which is referring to 9/11, which happened right at the beginning of his presidency.